Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Ahmadai Shakur. So Biden recently stirred controversy when he called LL Cool J a boy. Let's get into it. On Saturday, when they were acknowledging LL Cool J and MC Lyte for their musical contributions, Biden stumbled over LL's name. He then proceeded to call him a boy. Now, of course, he quickly corrected himself because he knew he was wrong. Some people have come out and tried to explain it away and make excuses and defend him as saying that because he's an older man, that often older men refer to younger men as boys. Well, that may or may not be true, but at the end of the day, we all know that for a white man to call a man of my skin tone a boy, that is absolutely used in a racial context. And we can't just say this was a gaffe because Biden has said numerous racial things in the past, and we all should know that by now. But just in case you don't, I'm going to go through some of them. Please pay attention.
Pop in America, LL Cool J. By the way, that man's got biceps bigger than my thighs. I think he's spent.
And let's not forget how back in 1977, Biden said, and I quote, integrating students of my skin tone would turn schools into a jungle, a racial jungle. He next said that I don't want my children to grow up in a racial jungle. Okay, that's what he said. So clearly racist.
It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. To take them out of society. Away from my mother, your husband, our families. Lock the SOBs up.
Lock the SOBs up, he says. Now, mind you, when he authored the 94 crime bill, at the same time his own son Hunter was engaging in the use of the same illegal substances that he talked about when he authored that crime bill with sentence disparages, pay attention, but also the fact that his own son never received not one single day in jail for his use or purchase of that illegal substance, while other people languished, for decades in some cases. So with that all being said, clearly racist.
1,000 of them who are the predators. 100,000 of the kids you read about in the front page of the newspaper every day. Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing, reports.
See, it's the way he singles out people of my skin tone for me. Predators, born out of wedlock, having no conscience, no parents. There's people of all races and ethnic groups that have these same things going on, but he wants to single it out to us. Let's also not forget the time that he referred to children of my skin tone as roaches, okay? But let's continue.
Out that this midnight basketball isn't getting them together, a bunch of jive folks living in their city to do, try to see if they can be Michael Jordan. When they found out they were keeping schools open, robbing the local store, they're in a gymnasium. And my daughter will be safer, my wife will be safer, my mother will be safer, and I will be safer. And I will be happy.
We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids, wealthy kids.
So there are no poor white kids or white people? Please make that make sense. That's what he was implying. Okay, poor kids can be just as smart, just as talented as white kids, wealthy kids. So only white people are wealthy? Well, that's what he seems to think. But let's continue.
I appoint all those federal judges, but thank you for serving. I'm not kidding. You want to come and make a speech? Hush up, boy.
If we want to just explain it away and say that it was just a gaffe or he was just saying that because he's older than LL Cool J or whatever, what was his excuse then? He blatantly told a grown man to shut up or to hush up, boy. So yes, Biden absolutely has said a myriad of racist things. There's no way to explain this away. There is no justification. You cannot excuse this. This is his behavior because this is absolutely who Joe Biden is and who he's always been. And let's not forget that when Barack was running for office, running for president, he said something about how Barack was clean, he was intellectual, and he was so well kept and all of these things. Basically, he was saying that this is, like one of a kind. Like this is a rare occurrence. Like there's no other man of my skin tone who could fit that bill. Okay? So yeah, that's his mindset. That wasn't a mistake. You know, he said what he said because he's been saying it historically throughout his career. With that all being said, TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only.